Hello everyone, in this video we are going to talking about transmission media, transmission modes and types of computer networks. Firstly, we are talking about different types of transmission modes. There are three different types of transmission modes: simplex mode, half duplex mode and third is full duplex mode. In simplex mode, data connection is unidirectional. That means it can only send the data or it can only receive the data. The radio station is a simplex channel as it transmits the signal to the listeners but never allows them to transmit back. In a half duplex channel, direction can be reversed. That means the station can transmit and receive the data as well. Messages flow in both the direction but not at the same time. The entire bandwidth of a communication channel is utilized in one direction at a time. In half duplex mode, it is possible to perform the error detection, and if any error occurs, then the receiver requests the sender to retransmit the data. A walkie-talkie is an example of the half duplex mode. In walkie-talkie, one party speaks and another party listens. After a pause, the other speaks and first party listens. Speaking simultaneously will create the distorted sound which cannot be understood. In full duplex mode, the communication is bidirectional. That means the data flow in both the directions. Both the station can send and receive the message simultaneously. Full duplex mode has two simplex channels. One channel has traffic moving in one direction and another channel has traffic flowing in the opposite direction. The full duplex mode is the fastest mode of communication between devices. The most common example of the full duplex mode is a telephone network. When two people are communicating with each other by a telephone line, both can talk and listen at the same time. Now we are going to talking about different types of networks, and these network types depends on how large they are and how much of an area they cover geographically. Most people who have a basic knowledge of networking are familiar with the terms LAN and WAN. So let's first start with the PAN. PAN stands for Personal Area Network. So this is a type of network which is used on a personal level. This network is used for a connection of small devices like tablet, laptop, smartphones, etc. And these devices can connect with each other by wireless technologies such as Bluetooth, infrared, NFCs, near field communication. They can also connect with each other with the help of USB cable, and this network is used to transfer small files like photos, videos, music and calendar table, etc. Now let's come to the LAN. LAN stands for Local Area Network. Local Area Network is a group of devices such as computers, servers, switches and printers that are located in the same building in close proximity to each other. The most common type of LAN is an Ethernet LAN, where two or more computers connected to the Ethernet cable with the help of switch. Now comes to the WLAN. WLAN, Wireless Local Area Network, uses wireless communication instead of wired communication. WLAN, Wireless Local Area Network, is defined as at least two devices which are connected wirelessly to each other in the network. There are many devices like laptops, tablets, computers. They are communicating with each other wirelessly. You can also say that a WLAN is a LAN without using cables. Now comes to the CAN, Campus Area Network. Campus Area Network, you can say that a network that joins two or more LANs together within a limited area. Example is university. One university has many buildings in their property or area. Every building or department has a separate LANs to their respective department or building. Hence, LANs is connected together to form a campus area network. Next network type is MAN. MAN stands for Metropolitan Area Network. Metropolitan Area Network is larger than a CAN, spans over several buildings in a city or town. Several buildings in a city or town connect it with each other with a high-speed network such as fiber optic cable. It is a high-speed network that gives ability to share the data and resources with very high speed within the city. Finally, it comes to the WAN, Wide Area Network. It is the largest type of network in the world. It consists of various MANs, WANs, LANs, and it spans over a large geographical area in many countries and even globe. The internet is an example of a WAN. Now friends, we are going to talk about different types of transmission media. Before knowing about the transmission media, firstly we are going to know about what is communication. The transmission of data from one computer to another or from one device to another is called communication. Now we are going to define the term transmission media. This is the means used to carry a communication signal from one system to another system. Now, finally, come towards the types of transmission media. There are two types of transmission media. First is guided media, which is also called as physical transmission media, and second is unguided media. Guided media further categorized into twisted pair cable, second coaxial cable, third optical fiber cable. Unguided media further categorized into radio waves, microwaves, and third is infrared waves. Now we are going to define physical transmission media. Physical transmission media involves the cables, wires, and other tangible devices as the media. Now we are going to see the examples of physical transmission media or guided media. First example is twisted wire pair. Consists of one or more twisted wire pairs that are bundled together. Each twisted pair consists of two separate insulated copper wires that are twisted together. Advantages of twisted wired pair. First is cheap, easy to install, and third is efficient data capacity. Now, disadvantages of the twisted wire pair. First, suffers from noise and interference. Now comes to the coaxial cable, often referred to as coax, consists of a single copper wire surrounded by at least three layers. One layer consists of an insulating material, the other of a braided metal, and the third is a plastic coating. Coaxial cable is normally used by the cable providers. Now comes to the advantages of coaxial cable. First, it is affordable, easy to install. Third is higher data capacity than twisted wire pair. Fourth, faster transmission. Fifth, can cover longer distances than twisted wire pairs. Now, disadvantages of coaxial cable. Suffers from the interference first and last. Now comes to the fiber optics cable. Consists of dozens to hundreds of thin strands of glass or plastic that uses light to transmit signals. Each strand is called an optical fiber and is as thin as a human hair. A protective coating coats each fiber. Now, advantages of fiber optic. First, highest data capacity. Second, faster transmission. Third, little or no voice or interference. Fourth, better security. Fifth, smaller size, lighter weight. Now comes to the disadvantages of fiber optic. First, very expensive. Second, difficult to set up and modify. Now, we are going to talk about unguided transmission media. First is radio waves. Radio waves are the electromagnetic waves that are transmitted in all the directions of free space. In the case of radio waves, the sending and receiving antenna are not aligned. That means the waves sent by the sending antenna can be received by any receiving antenna. An example of the radio wave is FM radio. Second is microwave. Microwave transmission is the transmission of information by electromagnetic waves. with wavelengths in the microwave range 1 meter to 1 millimeter of the electromagnetic spectrum. Microwave signals are normally limited to the line of sight, so long distance transmission using these signals requires a series of repeaters forming a microwave relay. It is possible to use microwave signals in over the horizon communication using the tropospheric scatter, but such systems are expensive and generally used only in specialist roles. Third wave is infrared waves. Infrared transmission refers to the energy in the region of the electromagnetic radiation spectrum at wavelengths longer than those of the visible side, but shorter than those of the radio waves. Infrared is used in a variety of wireless communication, monitoring, and control applications. Thank you very much, and I hope this video gives you the value. Thank you very much.